Started out as a light display turned into a labor of love. That's tonight's Out and About.
Those would like to go cruising for Christmas light displays. Kimberly Hart has an Out and About just for you.
It started when our first child was born in 1995. I felt as a father I had to put a few lights out for her.
And a few lights turned into a musical display extravaganza. And for Timothy Gay and his family, it's a hobby that's turned into an annual spectacle, with the beginning planning stages for the new year starting while the display for the current year is staged.
About last year, my younger son John came up with the idea here for the leaping circles, the light that travels around in loops. My brother Brian came up with the idea way out there for that giant, what we call the rascally rectangle. It's actually got 40 sections on it that you can control. And then the hearts were actually my idea last year.
My brother and I both helped make everything, like the rectangles. We made the circles and then we helped put it all up.
For the circles, we'll bend the pipe around and then we'll wrap the lights around them.
Actually, it's not as hard as you think. Lightorama has products that make it easier for even anyone without a lot of computer background to do it. If you're willing to sit down with a computer, it's kind of like working in a spreadsheet.
They make it sound so simple, but in actuality, the entire display has to be choreographed.
Where you actually can take a song, break it down to a 20th of a second, and tell each item that you've identified what to do, whether to turn on, turn off, fade up, fade down, twinkle, shimmer. And you do that for every single channel. In our case, we have 464 channels this year, where we're actually telling every 20th of a second each one of those 464 items what to do.
It's a labor of love that wouldn't happen without the commitment of the entire family.
The whole display is hundreds of hours, and again, I would never do this by myself. If Dan and John decided they didn't want to do this, ball game's over. We're done.
What started out as one man's way of celebrating the holidays for his daughter became something more, and it's best described by the daughter this was originally meant for.
It shows how much he really has in his heart, and it shows how much he cares about, how much he shows his love for music and for making people happy and just putting a smile on people's faces.
The Christmas Lights Extravaganza is located in Unionville, and to find directions you can log on to erdajt.com. The display begins at 5 p.m. each night, and it is recommended to check it out on the weeknights to avoid extensive crowds on the weekends. For Cablevision News, Kimberly Hart reporting.
Yeah, very pretty, but I think Central Hudson's pretty happy about that.
You know, we can't get away from the cost of everything, but that was gorgeous,
yes, gorgeous,
wasn't it?
Yes.
Absolutely. Still ahead on Cablevision News, Central Hudson, speaking of them, new billing system. They could create a balance between their revenue and your costs. And building an addition to this home is building for the hope of a young child with cancer. Stay tuned for that. Plus in sports, how's Erica Allenspach doing after that fall right there? That and News 12 traffic and weather report coming up after the break.